Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Glad to be back. I was away for a few days, but here we are again. We're going to be doing another painting. Today we're doing such an easy painting that you really should get all your stuff out and just kind of follow along, because this is the type of painting that I like to do. Maybe I haven't painted in like a week or two, and I just kind of want to get like back into the groove, so I find something real simple, something real easy to do, and just something that's like fun at the same time. So if you've never painted before, you can definitely do this. So I just, highly recommend just kind of like hang out and just kind of follow along with me. So another note here real quick, subscriber count is almost up to 10K. Awesome, we're like 600 away. Last video, we were like 8,000, so we're rising pretty quicker than I ever thought. So make sure that you turn that bell on, because probably in less than a week, we're gonna, maybe a week and a half at the max, we're gonna be making another video with that painting giveaway. So make sure that you share this video, share it with everybody. Just tell the whole world. So this way somebody can get a nice, cool painting, which somebody's gonna get it anyways, but the more people, the better. So glad to see you guys today. I'm gonna stop talking because I just like ramble and I just like keep talking, and I love talking, but it's just like enough is enough. So let's go ahead and let's get to the part that you guys like the most, which is the painting. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I hope you guys are all great. See you in a second. All right, here's the colors that we're using today. You guys should be familiar if you've been here before. They're the same colors that we use in every video. I'll go ahead and link them below. But here they are right here, just so you can have a quick look at them. They are made by Gamblin, is the only kind of paint that I've been using for a couple of years now. And that's what they are. And the details will be below, just so you guys, in case you want to buy it. All right, I'm gonna set that back down because I seem to work best when that's down. I'm going to start off, and I'm gonna get me a big brush here, and I'm gonna just throw some color in. I'm gonna use a little bit of blue and black, just a real tiny bit of blue and black, and maybe a little bit of red. Blue, black, and red. And I'm actually gonna, see, it's a very small amount. I barely got any on there. I'm just gonna hit it real quick here on this paper towel. I'm gonna come up here and just start swinging some of this color, and I'm gonna hit the red a little bit more. Just get like a little bit of a purple color. It's not too noticeable, but it's there. It just kind of changes that blue up. So it's just not a solid blue color. And I did put some clear gel and a little bit of white down on the canvas before I started this video. I generally do that in every single one of my paintings. Once in a while, I'll just kind of go in dry and just work with that. But I'm just going to work this around real quick. Maybe a little bit more red. A little bit more red there. You can see that. Just kind of mix that around a little bit. It'll die out. It'll kind of blend in with the blue, and it'll turn purple. But I want to get a little bit up there because I'm going to put some down here. I want it to be more on the red side, or purple down below here. So I'm just getting some more paint here. I'm going to wipe it off. I just do this so I don't get it all glopped up here, you know what I mean? I always like to wipe it on a paper towel. All right. I'm just working this in nice and slow. I'm going to actually hit into some white real quick, just some pure white, and maybe that's like pure red. Let's see here. There we go. I just want to make it a little bit softer right there. It's not a whole lot of paint, but all right. I'm just going to wipe this off again. I just do this a lot. So if I step out of the frame for a minute and you're like, where'd you go? I'm just wiping off my brush, because I don't clean them when we're actually painting. And I use a dirty brush for different colors, and I just think that helps kind of like tie the painting together. That's my personal opinion. I know other people have their own opinions, but that's just mine. You know, like I have blue and red in here, and if I want to go to, you know, like a green, you know, I'll just put green on it and it'll give me like a unique color, you know what I mean? Not a standard green out of the box or something. That's what I like doing. I like to do things, I kind of like to break the rules, not, you know, what everybody else tells you to do. I do the other thing, and it gets you a different result. Okay. I'm just going to hit into a little bit of white. I just want to change that right there a little bit. Just put a little bit of a light spot right here. Okay. All right. Now I'm probably just going to grab a fan brush real quick here, and I'm just going to use pure white, and I'm just going to throw a couple of clouds in. That's my goose. In case anybody wondered, I have a Canadian goose. For 6 years now I've had it. Her. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm just using the corner. I'm just swirling in a few of these guys here. I'm just going to make this real simple. I'm going to put one there, like this, one here. Maybe a little one here. And bring some of that color down there like this. All right, nice and simple. I'm just going to grab this dirty brush that I just had, and I'm going to work this in real quick. I'm going to work the bottoms of these clouds in. And this will just give us like what we're looking for, just a real simple cloud. I'm just going to blend them in like this, real carefully. Work that one back a little bit. Lift it up, maybe just like this. Simple clouds, right? Like I said, this is an easy one. Very easy painting. All right, I'm going to grab a knife because we're going to put a little hill mountain type thing right there. So for that, I pretty much am going to use just blue, black, and brown. Blue, black, and brown, and get some white up in there to lighten that color up. All right. Just ends up being like a blue-gray color. You'll see in a second. Okay, we'll come up here. Maybe I'll throw it off to this side just a little bit. Boom, there we go. Drop this down like that, put a little thingy right there. See a little bit of that pink and purple is showing. Now I don't normally I don't do a lot of these type of paintings anymore, but I do these when I want something that's really easy to do. That's when I like to do these, because they're very simple, I think, in my opinion. I'm going to pull this out a little bit, and I'm going to wipe this brush off in a minute. But these are the paintings that, like I said, they just kind of get me in that mood to paint. And that's why I like doing these. I'm not worried about the edges because we got some stuff on this side and on this side. I'm just kind of hooking these edges up a little bit. That. I'm not worried about the bottom down here yet. All right, back to the knife. All right, so let's take, I'm going to use brown and yellow ochre and white. It's going to just give me like a cool brownish yellow ochre color, if that makes sense. Brown and yellow ochre. Okay. I'm going to throw some of this right here like this. Just drop it. You're not going to be able to see this too good yet, but we'll put some lighter colors on here in a minute. I'm just dropping some of this color in here and there. I'm using just the same old color, the brown and yellow ochre, and there's a little bit of white mixed in there. I'm going to wipe that off real quick, and now I'm just going to grab some white paint, throw it in that pile that I had, and I'm going to take some of the original color, mix that in there, and then I'm going to grab a little bit more blue. So I think what I want is like a bluish brown color. I think that's what I'm looking for, so we'll just try it out. I'm just mixing it up right now. I'm mixing up blue, brown, and white. We just have to see how this looks. I think that's a good color. I don't want too much over here because we got stuff on this side. I think it's ending up working out this color. Normally sometimes I'll have to mix it up a few different times. Pull some of this brown into it. Just working this stuff around a little bit. I got to step back and see where we're at here. And then what I'll do is I'm going to grab some of this yellow ochre here real quick, and I'm going to be careful it's not going to turn green. Yellow ochre and some brown. I just want to take some of this color here and put it over top. And we'll come back over this with some white. Okay, so in that same pile, I'm just going to mix up some white paint. So it's pretty much yellow ochre and white. I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to go like this, just drop some of this color. Don't want to cover up all the stuff underneath. A little bit there on the edge. Fix that little edge right there real quick. Put a little bit back here. Like that. All right, I don't want to overdo that. So I'm going to grab some more brown here real quick. I just want to drop in a few little darker spots on this side too, right over top of that blue. Right in here. So there's that there. Let me grab, I'm gonna get some dark color real quick. I'm just gonna get some black and mix it with that brown. And I'm just gonna make it a little bit darker right here. Just because this is like the closer part to us. So I just want to enhance it just a bit. All right, let me wipe that knife off real quick. You know, and if you want, you could come back in here. I'll just show you real quick. If you want, you can get a little bit of white, and you can go like this. But I wouldn't do too much of this because you can kill the nice effect of all the colors going there. So be easy on the white, if you know what I mean. Okay, big brush here, just coming in here like this. I'll hit this side first. Just want to stir some of this up a little bit, make it look far away. Same thing on this side. Come right up into here. Just blending it pretty much is all I'm doing. Tapping it nice and carefully, maybe pull on it a little bit. Get that knife again. Sometimes I do this and then just break that line up real quick so it's not a perfect line. Okay. So what I was saying is sometimes when I blend it, I kill too much of it, and then I come back and I just put it in real quick. Okay, we can even tap into some white like this and just put some of this white in right here, just a little bit. This just kind of helps it, gives it a little bit of another layer, you know what I mean? Just kind of like, when we get closer in the picture, it'll look a little bit more misty right there. All right, put that back up here. Maybe I'll just grab the fan brush. And, okay. I'm going to take just some green and blue and a little bit of black maybe. All right, let's see if we like this color. So I'm just going to do this first. I'm going to draw a line right across there. Like this, and just drop some of this color in. Right about there. We won't see anything on this side or that side. So make that a little bit higher over there. Green and a little bit of black and maybe a little bit of brown is in here if you want. Just make some like far stuff. I'm keeping this a little bit lighter just because it is so far away. I mean, I guess we could put a few little distant thingies in there, but you don't want them to be like too, you don't want them to stick out too much, so maybe I'll just tap in a few. I just tap them in. I mean, that's something there. It's not like, you know, you're not going to see the details from that far. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. All right, well, I got this here. I want to do something real quick. I want to do a quick sketch. I want to come around this way, maybe like that. I want to bring a little piece of land right there. Come out like this. There's another hill that drops into here. Okay, and it goes like that. This is just going to tell me like kind of where am I even going with this. And that's why I do sketches. All right. I'm going to take some more green and black and brown, a little bit of blue, just mix them up. More green than any of the other colors. And let's see how that looks, that color. All right, green and black and blue and brown, okay. While I'm over here, I'm just going to put a few things in here real quick. Start right about there. And I'm going to put just a few of these little fun little trees to put in. Little pine trees. I'm going to push up on these ones today. Okay, another one right next to that. Maybe right here. Maybe this one's bigger. I like pushing up better than down. I don't know why. It's just always been like a preference of mine. All right, maybe there's a few little bushes right there in the front of that little misty area. It'll separate the two in the back. All right, so there's those two there, and then maybe maybe I'll just put one a little bit closer, like kind of growing into this other one here. I just want to keep this like real basic and easy. You know, I know there's a little gap here. I was going to put another one, but I'll think about that later when we're finishing up. All right, right onto this side, another little tree over here. And sometimes you just got to do these paintings, you know what I mean? You got to do these because they're easy. It'll get you in the mood, you know, to do the more detailed paintings. And that's the only reason that I still do these particular types right here, because they get me in the mood to do more detailed paintings. I don't do these to, you know, try to sell them or anything like that. Put another bigger one in the middle. I just do these for fun, for motivation. So I hope you know, you can get the same effect out of it. This technique here, this quick style of painting, this has been around for centuries and centuries. I've done my homework on this. It's been around for a very long time. I'm going to make this one shorter, right off the side. I'm just smashing these things in, just like this. All right, I'm going to take that same pile of green, blue, and black. I'm just going to add a little bit more blue, a little bit more black. All right, let's throw some of this in here like this. Some of this color right here. Scrub some of it in. A little bit more blue and black on this one here. I'm just scrubbing this stuff in, so it's not real hard to do. You just don't think about it. Just get it in here. You know what I mean? I like to have the darker colors, you know, underneath ahead of time, so I can choose where exactly I want to put my lighter colors. And that's why you'll see I do this quite often. Quite often I do this. All right. Let me set that down real quick. And I'm just going to grab, actually, I didn't do this in the beginning. I'm just going to get a little bit of maybe some blue on here and just kind of throw some of this blue color in here. I'll work with it. You can do this before you do any of this stuff or after. I don't think it matters. All right. And like, look, you can just fix this in a minute. I'll show you. It's no big deal. You can even fix the back if you go over that too much. It's not a big deal. So we just get our fan brush and we go back into that green color that we had. And boom, done. See that? Darker color. Just like this. That comes out there like this. Simple. This is very simple. All right. Throw some more of this blue in real quick here. Okay. Drop some of this dark color in down here too. Just let me grab this big brush real quick. I'm just going to drop some of this down. All right. I'm going to go back to this dark one real quick, the dark color, and just hit this real quick. Put some there, there. Just get it nice and dark. Look, there's like little thingies there, like little bushes and stuff. Just like that. All right, that looks pretty good so far. And there's like little details and stuff we're going to put in here and there. I just like to get that base down first, because once you get that down, you're pretty much good to go. You can now work with more light colors than dark. Once again, this is just like my personal opinion and my way of doing things. So I'll just show you. I'm going to use this dirty fan brush, but I'm going to go and I'm going to take some yellow real quick. Just some nice yellow paint. I didn't clean the brush, I just wiped it off a little bit. And I'm just going to put some highlights. So the sun is coming this way. So I want to come in here and I'm going to put a couple of these little highlights right here. Like the sun is just kind of beating down on the grass. So there's like something shining over there. You see what I'm saying? There's a little something happening right there. It's just kind of like, it's just hitting all different kinds of stuff back there. So you know something is back there. That's my point. Okay, wipe that off. Let's get a little bit of white on there too. Just a tiny bit of white, maybe right there. It'll just like help sparkle it. Not too much, because you can overdo a lot of this stuff, and I overdid so much of this stuff for so long when I started a couple years ago. Okay, what's next? Set this fan brush down. I'm going to grab this little guy right here, and I'm going to see, maybe I want to put in some of these little grassy areas. So I'm going to take just some yellow, and I'm going to mix a little bit of green, yellow and green. Yellow and green. Yellow, green. So maybe I'll start right here. I'm going to make a little ridge right here. just like that. Go right back down and get some more color. And make a little ridge right there. All right, this is how you work on the dark colors. All right, you could pick out where your hills are, you know, what's in front, what's not. Come right back to here. Maybe we'll have another one that kind of comes like this. I'm just going real carefully and real slow, just placing it. Maybe it drops down here. Step back and take a look. All right, so I think I'm going to make it not as bright in this area here, and also a little bit darker here. I want to try to maybe brighten this area up right here, just to get that that real nice feel of light coming in. I love to have light in these pictures, so let me just do this. I'm just taking like a yellowish green color. More green, just a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of yellow ochre. It's just a nice, like a medium green color. So I'm going to start right down here and see. I want to make a little hill that kind of comes off like this, and just put a little bit of this stuff right here, and just do the same thing underneath it here. Boom. So this is like a mid-tone, the color I'm putting on right now. This kind of, the hill drops down like this. I want to leave a little bit of dark in here, so it just kind of, you know, it separates the two. Do the same thing here. So maybe this comes like this. Maybe this drops down right there. Comes up, boom. If you put too much light color in here, it's not going to look right. You want to have just a few spots where the light is. At least that's what I do. So now I'm going to go to this side right here, and I'm going to make this green just a little bit darker. Still using green and yellow. Cad yellow, sap green, a little bit of yellow ochre in there maybe. So I'm making just more of a darker green. And I'm just using this little old 1-inch jobby right here. All right, so how do I want to do this? And you got to figure out, like, how do you want the land to go? You know, you can do all kinds of stuff with that. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say that this here comes like this, right up to the top. There's one hill, and that's nice and dark. So that's not going to take away when I put in the lighter color up here. You'll see that in a few minutes. So I like to put in the little hilly areas first to give me an idea where I'm going. Nice and easy, just like that. I keep coming down here to get more. I just keep tapping into it. So we got one there, and then maybe we got one right here like this. Another little hill that drops down right there. And this gives me just a great idea of where to go. This drops down. I'm just doing a little tap, tap, tap. And I'm not doing it more than a few times in the same spot, because you lose that texture, that nice little effect where it looks like little grass and different things. Another little hill right here. But maybe this one is more like straight, doesn't drop down as much. I'm going to lighten up the color just a hair and do this here, this last little area. This is super easy. You guys can do this, trust me. This is super, super easy. So right away you think, oh, we need some highlights here. We really don't want any, maybe in one little spot, because you're going to take away from what I'm about to do in a minute here. So I'm just taking some green mixed with the two yellows, the cad yellow and the yellow ochre. And that gives a nice, just a nice subtle green color that's not too light and it's not too dark. And then what I'll do is I'll just come in here and I just carefully just put little spots in here. You know it's here, you know what I mean? It's here. You can tell that there's a hill right here. But it's not like, boom, so bright. And this is going to get darker because it drops down like this. Boom. Just to find find that one a little bit better right there. You can also take a little bit more of like the yellow ochre, and you can like go like this. See? And that just gives it a, a little bit of a different color. It's always great to have different colors, different colored greens and different shades and stuff like that. You should be constantly like reloading with a different color. It should be a different tone or different shade every single time you come back up here. Personal opinion. You guys all know by now, I'm not any kind of an art teacher. I tell you that every time. But this is what works for me. Okay. And maybe before we go on to the other highlight, I'm going to take some yellow ochre and I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to tap a little bit right here. It just changes the color up. And it separates, it separates things a little bit. You see that? Nice. I'm probably going to do something with these trees right here in a few minutes. Not much though. If you put too much light on these trees, it's going to take away from that nice contrasting effect that we have. We don't want to do that, right? Okay, here we go. This is what I've been wanting to do. All right, so the light's coming here. It's hitting that mountain. You see that, right? I'm going to hit it right about here. So I'm going to get some white, just pure white on the same. All I did was I wiped this brush off. And I'm going to scoop into some cad yellow, and white. And I'm just tapping into that right now. And that just gives me a bright yellow. See? There it is right there. See that? And I just tap. Light's coming this way, right? So we're going to come right here. And we're just going to place it. And I'm going down, I'm getting more paint because if you just keep tapping, it's not going to look right. See this? And this is how you put light in your picture, right here. See that? Some drops down like this. Maybe there's a little bit there. Lighten up that color a little bit. We can come right back here. So that tells you that that light's shining in. Now I'm going to get some more yellow on here. So maybe that light's coming in here. Maybe it's just going like this. Look, it's just bam. Whew, that looks good. I like that. Maybe just a touch right there. Not too much. Maybe that's getting a little bit right there too. You see what's happening here? It's shining in and it's just doing all kinds of cool stuff. Yellow ochre. Touching some yellow ochre into that color, that light yellow color we have. I'm going to come right here like this. And I'm just randomly, yeah, cool. You see that? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I think that's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to set that down. Let's see here. Okay, trees. So some of the easiest things to do with trees is to take your knife and to, put like little tree branches in there, like a trunk or whatever. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with that. That seems to be, one of the easiest things or easiest way to do it. So I'm going to do the same thing, just because I want this to be a simple painting. So I got some brown and white. Some brown and white right here. So I'm going to just go like this. I'm just going to drop in, just a little bit of tree trunk thingies. You know what I mean? And they can be different sizes and lengths and all that good stuff. And I'll show you what we're going to do with the highlights here in a second. We're going to keep them like really subtle. See that? And then I like doing this too. And making the top of these trees a little bit pointy. There's so many ways you can do this. You can use a paintbrush to get in here and put those trunks in. You can even put like little trees back there. Maybe there's one here. Scratching all kinds of things, you know what I mean? I like doing that because it definitely adds stuff to your picture. Maybe a little branch there. You see how careless I'm being? I don't care. I'm just like, whatever happens here is just really, it's what happens. So the idea is to feel, pretty good about when you're doing this. That's the idea, right? Let me just hit this one up real quick here, and then we'll be good. Tapping that there, like this. All right, so that's cool. All right, let me wipe this knife off here. So the idea of today's painting here is if you've never painted before, you really can do this. There's nothing hard about it. Let me just grab, I just threw some white into the little pile here. I just want to do one thing. I didn't do this earlier. I do want to put a little, just something right there, just some kind of little line. Just to show that there's something going on back there. You can do this all the way around if you want. You can go like this. I don't want to spend too much time on this though. I got brown and white in here. Maybe it's not the best color, but it's okay. Just a little bit of something here. It just shows, just different areas where, the land is separated from the water. That's all that shows. As a matter of fact, you wipe that knife off real quick. And I'm going to lift up some of this here because this is further away. All right. Grab a filbert brush here and go like this. I want this to be a little bit more subtle back here. So I'm dragging. So I just lifted off the extra color and drug it down. Maybe I'll do some here too, like this. Give it that cool, a little illusion that something's happening. Up here, you don't want to do too much. Yeah. Cool. Set that down. All right. Back to the fan brush. Let's make up a green color and highlight these trees. All right, so I am going to take sap green and a little bit of the cadmium yellow, not too much, because I really do want this to be super dark. So sap green, yellow, and you know what? Yellow ochre doesn't hurt either. All right, so let's check this out real quick. So here's the color right here. It's a dark green is what it is. So let's go like this. I'm just tapping some of this color on the, the upper half here. Just see how it comes out. But if you make these super light, you're going to just really kill that, that contrast that we have right now. And I don't want to do that. Okay. Moving on to this side right here. And I'm just pushing. That's all I'm doing. I'm pushing. I'm trying to stick where the limbs are. And that's it. I don't have much paint on here. Just a little tiny bit of paint. All right, and maybe put a little bit of dark grass right here, see? Just to kind of break that little area up right there. And then I'm going to get just a little bit more yellow. Maybe this tree in the back here is getting a little extra light on it. All right, and while I'm doing that, I'm just going to take the littlest bit of yellow and I'm going to hit over here a little bit, like this. Just in a few little areas, just to show that, the light is going in this direction right here. All right, maybe a few little things right there, grass there, stuff like that. Put grass on these little hills if you want. I mean, you could just do all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, I think that's pretty cool so far. All right, we're just about done. I'm actually going to do one thing here real quick. I'm grabbing a filbert brush, and I'm going to take some brown paint here. Brown, a little bit of black actually. Brown and black, 50-50 mix. So we got some brown and we got some black. And I'm going to go maybe right about, So I like to step back and sometimes think about this. I just want to drop a tree in here. Maybe I'll just put it right here like this. So I just want to put a tree right there for right now. All right, come back up here. Maybe make it here like this. You know, not super big. Kind of bring it down like this. Give it some roots and stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to go on this side with some black just to darken up the right side of this tree. Because remember, the light's coming, from the left. Okay. Back to the fan brush here real quick. Just take a little bit of that yellow color. Kind of just plant this tree back into the ground real quick. All right, that only took a second. All right, so now I'm going to wipe this filbert brush off here. And let's highlight this. So look, there's a bunch of brown paint on here, no problem. I'm scooping up some yellow ochre, and I'm scooping up white. 50-50 on that too. Yellow ochre and some white. I pulled it to a chisel. And then we're going to turn that sideways. And then we're just going to go like this. We're just going to come down the left side. Pull it right down. See that? I'm going to wipe this off. And I'm going to see that line, that like edge. I'm going to come back in here and I'm just going to break that up just a little bit. Pull some of it maybe to the right side. See that? Nice and easy. All right, and there we got just like a basic little tree, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to set that down real quick and grab a liner brush if I can find one. I don't use them often. I probably should, because you get a lot of details. Liner brush right here. Thin that down. Thin that into the brown. Black and brown, actually. Just like a nice branch color, you know what I mean? And then look, add some little thick little branches in. You know, I'm not going to spend too much time here. You get the idea, right? I'm going to make the top a little bit more pointy. You may not be, my hand might be in the way, but you get the idea, right? Come down here and maybe there's a little branch there. You can't see that too good. All right. I'm going to wipe that off real quick, and now we'll just take that same liner brush, right? And let's go into the little pile we had mixed up for this highlight. So we'll come back in here. You know, just put a few little of these little guys in. You can see these a little bit better. It's a lighter color. You know, little things growing here since we got it out. Always do these in like little layers. Do one layer up here and then come down and do some more. Not too many though, it's just a little bit of grass. I'm wiping that off real quick, and now I'm going to go right over to the yellows, the other yellow that we had, the cad yellow, and we had some green, and go like this. I'm just going to put a little bit of grass in here, which I think will be a nice little detail. This paint is super thin. It's extremely thin. Put some green ones over here. I'm just throwing these all over the place, you know, randomly, different directions. I'm doing like a, big like a C type of stroke here. It's kind of dark over here. So you don't want to put light grass blades, in the dark areas, you know what I mean? So a little bit of grass there, we got that. And you can just throw some of this stuff, just all over the place, you know what I mean? Whatever you feel like doing. But my thing is I don't take too much time. I just like to get in and I like to get it done. All right. So, since I got this old liner brush out here real quick, I'm going to take some of my yellow ochre on this liner, and I'm just going to come down here real quick, and I'm going to sign this painting. Because I haven't been signing them too much on video. I sign them afterwards. And for some reason I put the year right here. Boom, just like that. All right, let me set that down real quick. I always, you know me, I like to step back and take a look at what we did here. So let me just do that real quick and see if there's anything else. All right, well, I think we have a finished picture here. I'm happy with it. I hope you guys are happy with it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who have subscribed or commented or shared these videos. This is my passion. You know, I do this for nothing. I do this because I just want to do it, and I want to hopefully spread the word and show you guys that you can do this. You just have to dive right in and start. Don't think about it. Just get in there, get some paint spread around, you know, and things will happen. Good things will happen. Not to mention, it can help you. It can help you mentally. You know, it really can help you mentally. You know, it has helped me, you know, since I started a couple years ago. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please share, please subscribe. Come back in about a week. I have another video coming in a few days. Then I have the 10,000 subscriber video coming in about a week. Be sure to check that one out because I'm giving away an awesome painting. I just don't know what to say except for I really appreciate you. Leave me a comment below. I answer everybody's comments or questions. Make sure you go to Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Paintings by Justin. You can message me there too if you'd like. But have a great day, guys. I will see you in the very next video. Until then, I'll talk to you soon.